He owes his old soul, young spirit. That's one of my proverbs too, just because I feel like people be rushing their life away. Like, man, live. Like, be in your moment, be in the moment, and don't be afraid to just grab, take the moment.
Hey, welcome to another Thanalysis podcast. Man, I have a special guest today. You already know. I gotta hit them with the intro, the basketball intro. We're number 32 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. IshDARR.
Oh, my brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being on the podcast, man.
Man, thank you for having me, bro. For real.
Oh my God! First of all, I want to say, man, this guy literally just flew in, just touched down in Chicago, and then came in, do this show. I'm grateful, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Most I did speed a little bit, but
Okay, so
don't speed, guys. This was important.
so I'm gonna start with the usual. We just met each other for the first time, but who are you, man? Who's this?
So, IshDARR, for those who don't know, I am an artist, musician, entertainer. I don't even like to put a title on it. But artist from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised here. As I was telling Thanasis, this is my first podcast. So,
hey, man, shit. Sure, I'm still learning too. I'm still learning. Like, I gotta look at that camera, and you gotta look at this one, I think.
Okay.
So, hey, take your time. Don't stress. Okay. Let me actually. Okay, let's start it off. First of all, can I say the story how we met?
Yes.
So through my older brother who does Afrobeat and stuff like this, I knew his dad that he's huge here in Milwaukee. People love him. I was like, I would love, and I wanted him to do a record with my brother. But it was just tough, getting a hold of him. So I ended up going through a mutual friend of mine, finding his number, found your number. I text you. I was like, man, do you want to do this record with my brother? It's kind of Afrobeat, kind of. He was like, yeah, sure. So I drive it. I drive to your house. We get to go to your basement. We get to your studio, and we're in the basement. Just working. I'm doing the beats, and I felt great, man, because I was like, man, you welcome me in your house. You welcome me, into your house, and you were so open. I was like, man, he's a great guy. He's a good kid. Bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, from the start, So, thank you.
You already know, man. That means a lot, bro. You also just being, like I said, pulling up to the house. I didn't even think, I'm like, maybe we got to do a studio for real, but it was cool. It was definitely
man. Trust me, I'm very, I don't care about it. I don't want to say workaholic. I wouldn't say I got a huge work drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm driven. So, for me to be able to, you just give me the green light, and say like, man, anytime. I was like, today, let's get it. I got the records, the label back home sent the records. I said to you, I was like, all right, let's get it in.
Yes.
But okay, so let's how did you start with music?
So I got into music early on, really. My pops was a DJ. So growing up, there was a lot of music in my household, just like early on. Go in the basement, pops would be down there DJing. And we were like young, we were like 10 and 12, me and Buddha. And so to us, we just loved the music. Like, we didn't know, why pops loved it so much. And then fast forward, that's where we would first start writing like our first raps. It was in Pop's basement. We were just like, no intentions on kind of ever getting them out there, but that was like the root, the inspiration. Right in the basement, seeing Pops, 100 crates full of all the old school music to the new school. It was monumental. And just seeing how much he loved it and it moved him, it just kind of, I don't know, went into our blood. Like, and we wrote our first rap. I remember we hung it up on Pops had a hook in his basement, hung it up right there. And that was like our imaginary booth. Whenever we did, eventually started recording. We were just like practicing, like, you know, look up at it. And from there, just start filling notebooks.
Okay. Do you, man? What's been your like the evolution of IshDARR from like the first EP that you did? I think it might have been 2014.
Yes.
I done my research now,
Oh,
though.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So till now, like, how does this involve? How did your
Careers.
so to speak?
Starting back in 2014, that was our first EP. Made that here in Milwaukee, which was cool. We recorded it. That was I was fresh out of high school at Mesmer. Recorded it with really no intentions on it doing anything. I just was, you know, recording music. Like I said, it was my first EP. I remember.
Is this the Better Life?
So
or
yes.
after the Better Life's after
The Better Life EP.
the Better Life. Okay.
So that was like the first, you know, kind of just our first gist of a couple, you know, a pool of songs. Recorded that 6 here. Anthony Kennedy, shout out TK, man. He was my first engineer here in Milwaukee. Like that, you know, so really sat down with me and honed it how we wanted it. So we got it to him. We released it, and immediately we started just seeing like kind of the city traction was, you know, bigger than we expected. It was hip hop music. It was like, I guess Milwaukee did have a sound in a sense that they were trying to push, or different. I felt like it was just a little different for me, me coming into the scene, and they took it. You know, they took the Better Life and just loved it. I remember Milwaukee Magazine and a bunch of the locals first just loved it. And my manager, he was like, you know, we got something here. Like, we got to keep it going. And so from there, we started with the Better Life EP.
Is it? Sorry to interrupt you. Is it the same year you opened for Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, and them?
So this would actually be.
Is it the same year? And like Isaiah, like all these guys, audio put. Is this the same year?
It should have been. If not, it was that next year.
Hey man, you know, like that's a quick turnaround there.
So yeah, it was really way quicker than we expected because, like I said, we were just drafting some songs up, and then, you know, talent managers calling. So that probably was the exact same year, if not the next, when we dropped Osis, which was also Young Spirit. That was the bomb, kind of that. Yeah, did it.
Okay. So let me ask you another question.
Mm-hmm.
Then, did you do this independent? As you, or you wasn't with the label, or what was the
situation?
Yeah.
So the situation, I didn't do it, and I did it label wise independently.
Okay.
So yes, it was me, my man's from high school.
Okay.
I had another manager. We had a team. It was about 3 of us. Early on, like I said, this was 2014, so it was still, we were just seeing if the music would stick. Once they saw it stick, we kind of formed our team, and it still remained my friend from high school, Enrique, and Amanda. First, like, that was the team.
Yeah.
They just started seeing how serious I took it, and from there, we expressed our options. You know, we wanted to see who, you know, if we could bring it to a label, if we could bring it to an independent label, and that's kind of like when we met Empire and chose that as the first step before, you know, anything else. Because they were independent, but they were still major in a sense.
Yeah, no, okay. So you go 2014, 15, you released the then mixtape also, you know, you released those mixtapes, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden 2018 you act.
Bro.
How you get a role in I think I don't want to mess this up, but White Boy Ricky, what's the
Yes.
White Boy Ricky?
White Boy Rick.
Yeah, you get a role in that movie. How? Well,
so that I'm gonna again give to God's grace, you know, up top.
good.
So that came through. That actually came through the music portal though.
Okay.
So I guess they were doing open auditions. Just I want to say in the Chicago area, Milwaukee area, because I noticed like just some other artists they had, like Danny Brown. He was another like Detroit artist. So from my understanding, they just maybe looked up Midwest at that time, like I said, I wasn't doing too much. I only had Osis out, like Too Bad had did his thing and Only You, but it was just an open audition. They sent it through my music email. And from high school, I had been acting. So I was just like, well, if this is my first, I believe that was my first movie audition ever.
You got the part.
Ever. And got the part.
Hey, you got the part. So let me make sure something. Okay, so you get there, you play a character. It's called don't laugh. It's called Freaky Steve, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did you get prepped up to play that character, or you just knew?
I didn't get prepped up. I actually auditioned for, I forgot who Boo. So Boo Curry, that was my friend's role. By the time it came through, this was probably like a year. I auditioned, they called us a year later on tour, which was crazy. I was at a show in Texas and I got the email. You know, we want Ish for this role, or me and my manager coming there bugging, like they just emailed us back. You got this role, Freaky Steve. And so I was like, okay. I immediately just did my homework on him. I saw he was a real person, and that was it.
Was a real person for people who haven't watched the film and stuff like that.
So yes, if you watch the film, Freaky Steve was a real person. In real life, he was best friends with white boy Rick. So Ricky's best friend, and so to me, I was like, well, that's cool. You know, that feels like home. Like nothing I have to like for sure. So.
Man, you hitting the milestones quick, you know?
You know, like I said, no complaints, just really blessings, bro. Like blessings and just trying to hone it. Just keep honing it, keeping it tight, sturdy.
Yes, I like that. I like the way you say it sounds, you know what I'm saying? You really kind of have the same mentality, just stay with it.
There we go.
Okay, then eventually, okay, like apart from music, just heard now you doing something with like Brownwise, and I see your hat too. It says OSYS.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you wanna what is that?
So OSYS, for those who don't know, that is Old Soul Young Spirit, which is of course my first mixtape.
Okay.
So it just kind of comes full circle. That was, like I said, the first run for me, the first thing that kind of showed us the level that we could take it to, and just like the message and the meaning of the name itself, like really represented me a lot. And I felt like moving forward, why not take my, my first baby and, make it the brand. It made sense to me. Like I said, Old Soul Young Spirit was something that still in 2015 people are saying, man, can I get an OCT? And I'm like, I had stopped. I didn't even care about, the brand and I guess with just sitting down, pandemic, everything, it gave me some time to sit down and see like, yeah, I'm definitely looking at some stuff in my face too that I could, put some more work into, like you said, and just hone it. So that's when Old Soul Young Spirit, Osis World came about. I wanted to brand it. I didn't want it to be called Old Soul Young Spirit, but to, let them know that is one of the lifestyles.
Yeah. I kind of knew you were doing the brand, not the brand, because this is kind of from the merch side to the brand and everything. But I thought you had the other one, the Serene Genius. That's different?
There we go. So Serene Genius, yes, that is a different capsule. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Is it under this umbrella, or is it just like something you've done with somebody else? Like what's the like?
So Serene is its own umbrella. It's complete own umbrella. Of course, it's tied in because it's family. It's owned, operated by my oldest brother, BuddhaDARR.
Okay.
So Serene, shout out to BuddhaDARR. Right. If you're watching this, shout out to Buddha. Serene Genius is, it was kind of like I said, for us, ever since the writing raps days on the basement, like we were like, however we do it, we just kept our bond like so tight that rather.
I relate to that, so I'm not.
There we go. And so really meeting you, bro, and like just seeing how you and your brothers operate, that really clicked in us a lot more too, to say like, that's been my thing now, like in the house, like, yeah, it's the Antet way because, that's the way. Like
that's the way.
That's the way. So yes, Serene Genius on different capsule coming soon.
Coming soon. Got you. If so they're both in the works right now. Both
both in the works. Osis is out. You can order it. Serene Genius is more friends and family exclusive. We kind of just wanted to gift it in a sense to our closest friends.
It's more exclusive.
Yeah, friends and family. Like,
I mean, what can we get the Osis?
You can get the Osis on osisworld.com. That's OSYS.
Gotcha. Osis will share that here.
For those who don't know, Osis
hey, whoever's
World.
a fan, man, go support my guy. And whoever's listening. Okay, now we go to the section that I'm gonna ask you some questions. And no pressure.
Okay.
No pressure now. You just gotta pick one.
Okay.
Right. So, ketchup or ranch?
Ranch.
Why?
Brooklyn B. We don't eat.
I know you just not to say that.
No. Shout out to my Brooklyn family. It's something I got from Pops too. For some reason, ketchup just, we don't do ketchup on the burgers. And I asked my Pops, like, why don't you? And that'd be his thing. Like, Brooklyn, man, we don't do ketchup on the burgers. Never ate ketchup on my burgers.
Brooklyn. All right, Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the next one. Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Why?
Instagram.
Be real.
They pay me, to be honest. Yeah.
Be real. People want to know.
Exactly.
A lot of people who are creators, people who are fans, people, this podcast is about motivating people, about finding their purpose and everything. So, shoot, be real.
Okay, so in that case, Instagram. Instagram is, which I'm sure Twitter's doing now, but Instagram has started a lot of more bonuses for like creatives like us.
Okay.
Going live, just extra stuff to just make money if we want to. I feel like with Twitter, it's a different animal on there. Like, I don't know. For me, I've just never been a Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's what you're saying. It's totally understandable because everybody has their own preference.
Yeah.
Like me, I just go out there and just I always try to spread positivity. That's all I do. But there's a lot of people who right now are just like they try to be controversial a lot, or they trying to clickbait, or they trying to
there we go.
All these things. But I think you just gotta keep it real.
There we go. Twitter is too clickbait. Like everybody trying to go viral for something. I'm like, man, I like Instagram. You see your face.
So you like pictures more then, basically.
And I don't even upload too many pictures. But I don't know. Instagram is just my baby. Like,
you like to scroll there.
I like to scroll scroll for hours.
Okay. All right. So now we'll get to the section that I always talk about. I read a lot, and I get to, and I like facts in general. I like to read facts and double check them and all these things. So, would you like to learn about crocodiles or sharks?
I would say crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
Yeah.
So, do you know that a crocodile, it actually looks more like a lizard? You know that. It looks like a lizard, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually more related to a bird.
For real? A crocodile?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, and obviously people who know this don't know because birds are actually related. Birds in general are related to dinosaurs.
There we go. That makes sense now.
So,
like a pterodactyl.
Oh, hey, we might try to make it a little bit educational, right? Right. But you know what? I'm going to tell you the other one too. I'm going to tell you the sharks too.
Okay.
So, and we can look this up too. Sharks are actually older than trees. So a tree can live for approximately 300 to 350 million years.
Damn.
Yeah. And sharks are actually dated back to 400 million years.
We weren't nowhere. They weren't
That's crazy.
Of it. That's crazy. That's
right?
crazy.
You can really have so many years.
Sharks, I was going to say sharks for me, which I was just in Miami, saw we were at I was leaving the museum and a little kid was on he was crawling unattended crawled to the edge of the
What?
water. Yeah, the edge. And it was just like, that's all I saw was just a shark coming up. Like, if I grabbed him, because I'm like, bro, if I didn't grab him, that was my lady.
What, you saw a shark coming up?
No, in my mind, because if you would have kept going.
I'm like, bro, this show's about to get on fire. I said, you just saw a shark.
No sharks. I thought of one, though, like, let me just grab this little kid. Because, yeah, so that's interesting you said that. I just was thinking about sharks because I'm like, yo, if they eat the little kid, come on, man. Come on.
Oh, my God. Okay, so we get towards the end of the show, but we always leave them with with a quote.
Okay.
Or like, if you don't have a quote that, fires you up every day, or it could just be a story or something that you think about that gets you going, man.
Okay, a good quote does it have to be from me?
No, it doesn't have to be from you. Just something you like,
So one that sticks out to me, slow progress better than no progress. I'm gonna just say some proverbs that I live by. I repeat.
Could you repeat that again for our listeners?
For our listeners, slow progress is better than no progress.
Yeah.
And for me, that was just, I wanted everything overnight, just overnight, not knowing. It takes work. It takes building. It takes daily grind, hustle. And that's really been more of a joy for me now. It's just taking the real time with it. Like, bro, don't force it. And so that's been one of my main proverbs. Another one. No, I can't think of any right now. But that's just been one. Slow progress better than no progress. I'm living by that every day. Especially Osis, oh so young spirit. That's one of my proverbs too, just because I feel like people rushing their life away. Like, man, live. Like, be in your moment, be in the moment, and don't be afraid to just grab, take the moment.
Being the moment, being in the moment. Then it was like, okay, now I know we was about to end the podcast, but now that you said that, it relates to something that I was reading about and listening about, and he said that they did a study and they were saying like what do people regret? They did a study was like, people were dying, like older people, and they did a study and it was like, what did you regret the most? And the top 3 things were like, I should have had more fun.
I think I saw that too. I did.
I should have had more fun. The other one was that I should have stayed with my friends. Like, I should have been connected with my friends. I should have not like just throw away friendships because I work so hard.
Right.
Because we've gotten into the space that it's all about work and I gotta cut everybody off. Like, you really don't have to. You really have to keep a healthy balance in your life,
Oh.
And the other one was just like, man, just family.
There we go.
It's family, man. A lot of people regret not being with their family, like their loved ones more,
That's real. The third point, like that family, that's one you say you guys have helped me even see. That's number one. Like number 1, 2, and 3, just for moving forward. Like, yeah, that's just a big one for me.
Man.
Thank you again.
But I can't wait to listen to your next album, brother. I can't wait to listen to your next album.
Next album on the way. I can't
put it. You didn't even say. You should have started with that.
I know. I'm still trying to see the politics, but new album is on the way. Y'all just be looking out for it. New album on the way.
Oh man. Okay, so this show comes to an end. Thank you guys for watching the Thanalysis podcast or listening to it. If you want to watch the video, you can watch the Cupless TV. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it in any platform, whatever you get your podcast from. And if you want to watch like little clips, you can watch it on our socials, either Thanasis _Ante43 or IshDARR.
There we go.
There you have it.
IshDARR on everything.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Peace.
Thanalysis is recorded at No Studios, Milwaukee's creative hub and production studio.